And the Ziphites came to Saul to Gibeah, saying, Is not David hiding in the hill of Hachilah before the desolate wasteland? Saul arose and descended to the desert of Ziph, and with him were 3,000 picked men to seek David in the desert of Ziph. Saul encamped in the hill of Hachilah, which is before the desolate wasteland by the road. David was staying in the desert, and it appeared to him that Saul had come after him to the desert. David sent spies, and he learned that Saul had surely come. David arose and came to the place where Saul had encamped, and David saw the place where Saul lay. Abner the son of Ner, the commander of his army, and Saul was lying within the barricade, and the people were encamped around him. David spoke up and said to Ahimelech the Hittite and to Abishai the son of Zeruiah the brother of Joab, saying, Who will go down with me to Saul to the camp? And Abishai said, I shall go down with you. David and Abishai came to the people by night. Behold, Saul was lying asleep within the barricade with his spear thrust into the ground at his head. Abner and the people were lying around him. Abishai said to David, Today God has delivered your enemy into your hand, and now let me strike him now with the spear to the ground with one stroke, and I shall not repeat this to him. David said to Abishai, Do not destroy him, for who can stretch forth his hand against the Lord's anointed and be accounted guiltless? David said, As the Lord lives, but the Lord will smite him on his day. Will come and he will die, or he will go down to war and perish. Far be it for me from the Lord to stretch forth my hand against the Lord's anointed. And now take now the spear which is at his head, the jug of water, and let us go away. David took the spear and the jug of water from near Saul's head, and they went away, and no one saw, and no one knew, no one awakened, for they were all asleep, because a deep sleep from the Lord had fallen upon them. David crossed to the other side and stood on the mountain peak from afar. The space between them was great. David called to the people and to Abner the son of Ner, saying, Will you not answer, Abner? Abner answered and said, Who are you, who have called to the king? David said to Abner, Are you not a valiant man, and who is like you in Israel? Why did you not guard your lord the king? For one of the people came to destroy the king your lord. This thing which you have done is not good. As the Lord lives, you are worthy of death. For you did not keep watch over your lord, over the Lord's anointed. And now see where the king's spear is and the jug of water which was at his head. Saul recognized David's voice and said, Is this your voice, my son David? And David said, It is my voice, my lord, O king. And he said, Why does my lord pursue his servant? For what have I done? What evil is in my hand? And now my lord the king, hear this servant's words. If the Lord has incited you against me, he will accept an offering. But if the sons of men curse me, cursed be they before the Lord, for they have driven me today from cleaving to the Lord's heritage, saying, Go worship other gods. Now let not my blood fall to the ground away from the face of the Lord, for the king of Israel has gone out to seek a flea as the partridge hunts in the mountains. Saul said, I have sinned. Return, my son David, for I shall harm you no more, because my life was precious in your eyes this day. Behold, I have acted foolishly and have erred exceedingly. David answered and said, Behold the king's spear. Now let one of the youths come over and take it. The Lord will repay every man for his righteousness and his faithfulness, for the Lord delivered you today into my hand, and I will not stretch forth my hand against the Lord's anointed. And behold, as your life was precious this day in my eyes, so shall my life be precious in the eyes of the Lord, and he shall save me from every distress. Saul said to David, Blessed be you, my son David. You shall both do great things, and you shall prevail. David went on his way, and Saul returned to his place.